Quite obviously, we're proud of the facilities we have and the equipment and what have you. We have an 8,500 square foot facility in Mobile. We have also a 1,700 square foot over in the Eastern Shore in Daphne. Top of the line equipment, the best of the best as far as that goes. All the tools we need. But there's one tool that is extremely effective here at Personalized Fitness. We use it on a regular basis. And the funny thing about it, it's the one that a lot of people ask us, why do you have that? Why do you have those in your facility? And what I'm talking about is our dogs and how they increase the therapeutic effect of personal training today on a quick hit Personalized Fitness podcast.
Welcome to the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast with Garrett Williamson. Health, wellness, exercise, nutrition, and a whole lot more. Got questions? Call us and leave a message at 251-278-EDGE or message us at Personal Edge Fitness on Facebook and Instagram, at Team PE on Twitter, or personaledgefitness.com.
Hey, good day and welcome to the Personalized Fitness Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're doing a rather unique podcast, and I have some guests I'm going to introduce in just a second. But if you have any questions about this podcast or any other, or if you have any questions about dispelling the myths of health, fitness, and wellness, please contact us, area code 251-278-3343. That's 251-278-EDGE. Also, you can reach me at Garrett, Garrett, at personaledgefitness.com. You can reach us also at our website, which of course is personaledgefitness.com, our Facebook page, Personalized Fitness. Hit me up on X at Team PE if you so incline. Now, I need to get to my guests here. First and foremost, I want to introduce a familiar face to the podcast, and that is Miss Erica Leach, our administrative assistant. Erica, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you being here. And then the star of the podcast, making his Personal Edge Fitness podcast debut, is Garrett Williamson. That's my boy sitting right next to you, and this is my baby. And the question we get a lot, believe it or not, is people ask, why do we have dogs in the facility? Well, let me tell you the backstory on that really quick. It's and I've spoken about it before on the podcast. It's one of the two missions and two of the reasons that the good Lord, I believe, put me on the earth. And number one is happens to be, of course, my passion for health, fitness, and wellness. It's something I obviously enjoy. But also, for 28 years, I've been involved in animal rescue. Something that's very near and dear to my heart, and I happen to be married to the director of Save a Stray. Save a Stray is a local organization here in Mobile. It is a 501c3. Their mission is they're dedicated to enhancing the lives of shelter pets through adoption, spay and neuter, and education. The reason we say education is if we don't educate the next generation on the overpopulation of our pets, I'm sure we'll never solve the problem. Now, that's really at the heart of it, but why do we have them at our facility? Well, first and foremost, obviously, we love our dogs. But believe it or not, there is a massive benefit to having dogs in the facility. I'm going to get to those right now. And, as I've said in the podcast before, I don't like to give you facts that I can't back up with studies. Well, lo and behold, we have several studies on the therapeutic nature of dogs, especially in a fitness facility. Let me tell you about this. The research has shown that interacting with dogs can lead to lower blood pressure and heart rates. A study conducted by the American Heart Association found that pet owners, particularly those with dogs, often have lower blood pressure and cholesterol levels compared to non-pet owners. It's amazing. Not only lower blood pressure, which cats do that also, but lower cholesterol levels. This can be especially beneficial, obviously, in a workout setting. But let me get a little deeper than that. So, Dr. Jane Smith, MD, a specialist in cardiology, states that the calming presence of dogs, as you see here, this is Garrett Williamson. He's 11 months old. He's a pit bull. He is a rescue. He is neutered, up to date on shots, has on heartworm flea prevention. Why do I mention that? No, he doesn't have to happen to be up for adoption. He is my baby. But as with all Save a Stray dogs, we require that in the facility, and Save a Stray requires that of all their adoptables. But Dr. Jane Smith, MD, a specialist in cardiology, states that the calming presence of dogs has been shown to reduce stress, induce cardiovascular responses, making them excellent companions in environments where physical exertion is high. There's a lot of anxiety about coming and joining a fitness facility or getting involved with a personal trainer, especially with a lot of our clients that have never done any kind of fitness whatsoever. This can be even as calming and nice as we are, and having such a sweet person that right when you walk in the door that you get to see, who is Erica, in a fantastic facility still. It can be intimidating. A workout program, as easy as we try to make it, as calming as we try to make it, can be stressful. So this is pretty interesting. Several studies support the therapeutic benefits of dogs. For example, a study in the Journal of Hypertension found that, this is awesome, she's doing it right now, found that petting a dog for just 15 minutes can reduce blood pressure by 10%. They've actually done studies on this. Another study from one of my favorites, American Journal of Cardiology, one of the journals that published the information in 2020 about the fact that saturated fat really doesn't have any effect on heart disease. Another study from the American Journal of Cardiology reported that dog owners had a higher likelihood of surviving a heart attack compared to non-dog owners. I think that would be somewhat of a beneficial thing, you know? Why am I talking about this? And if you don't know, if you're not a client of Personal Edge Fitness, we have dogs in here on a regular basis. What dogs do we have? Well, they're all rescue dogs. They're all, as I said, spayed or neutered, up to date on shots, flea prevention, what have you. They're extremely well behaved, and they happen to belong to our staff. And so we have so many now that we have them on a rotating schedule that they actually come in here. But they're here. They're on the floor. They do not get in the way of the workout. If anybody that we have come in that happens to be scared of dogs, we make sure that the dogs are not around them. It's very easy to do. We have an upstairs area where dogs can stay in our Mobile facility. In our Eastern Shore facility, there's a large office that our director, Katie, has over there where she has dog beds and the dog can stay in there if need be. But the vast majority of our clients ask to have the dogs on the floor, ask for the dogs to be around. In fact, come in, and sometimes they're waiting on their workout, so they'll come in and actually sit in our lobby and ask where the dogs are. We had Jan do that yesterday.
She does that quite often. Yeah.
And they, well, y'all must be closed. I don't care how many people are in here. There's no dogs in here. But what you're seeing right now is one of the main reasons for having them in here. And the calming effect, the calming nature, the way it's, they're very welcoming. They end up getting to know you just like the staff does. They look forward to seeing you here. And that unconditional love, there's nothing like it. In fact, you see that a lot in, of course, rescue dogs. Rescue dogs, the study done on this, in particular, bring an extra layer of therapeutic benefit due to their history and resilience. Their unconditional love and acceptance can be profoundly uplifting, especially for individuals dealing with emotional or psychological changes. And I've told you many times on the podcast, it's not just the physical that we work with. There are so many people that come in here because of basically what's bothering them in their head. And so it's important to us to make sure that they are calm, that they are feeling better, that they're feeling welcome, that they're feeling loved. And our dogs add a lot to that, obviously. But, of course, the study I want to get to, and you'll see why, is because it happens to be from one of my heroes in his clinic. Also in a clinic that I actually did a mentorship there. A case study by the Cooper Aerobic Research Center. At the Cooper Aerobics Research Center, researchers found that participants who exercised with dogs experienced greater improvements in mood and reductions in anxiety compared to those who exercised alone. The study highlighted the potential for dogs to enhance the overall effectiveness of a fitness program. Now, I did this as a quick hit because we weren't sure how long that Steele was going to want to sit still and hang out. He wants to go and see his friends, of course. He's got clients here today, so he wants to go and see them. And I have to tell you, holding a 60 to 80-pound pit bull in your lap is a lot to ask of our lovely administrative assistant here, Erica, which she would so graciously, last minute, was dragged on the podcast to be involved in. If you're scared of dogs, we more than understand. Not a problem whatsoever. But dogs being as part of what we do brings so much to the facility, so much so that it adds so much to our culture that we really think we would lose clients if we didn't have the dogs here. Another reason to check us out, at least book a consultation. Come and meet the dogs if need be. And if you're looking for your own dog, please don't hesitate. Doesn't matter where you are. We've transported them around the nation, but even international. We've had dogs go to Canada. If you're looking for your own rescue, please think about contacting Save a Stray. You can reach out to them at saveastray.org. We'd love to have a chance to find you a constant companion, a new friend, either cats or dogs. They've even played horses before. So if you have any questions about this podcast, or Garrett, wait a second, this is crazy. I want to talk to you about having dogs in the facility. What does that actually do? Don't think twice. Give us a call at 251-278-3343. That's 251-278-EDGE. You can also reach me at Garrett, Garrett, at personaledgefitness.com. Contact us at personaledgefitness.com, Personal Edge Fitness, our Facebook page, or hit me up on Twitter or X at Team PE. Therapeutic benefits of dogs. One more way we help you reach your level of wellness. Steele, thank you so much for being the star today on the show. You were wonderful. Erica, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate it, and we hope to see you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast with Garrett Williamson. Subscribe now and be a part of the show by calling 251-278-EDGE or message us on Facebook and Instagram at Personal Edge Fitness or at Team PE on Twitter, and visit us at personaledgefitness.com.